I was supposed to do a film with the SLB production, and I had auditioned for that.
Have you ever expressed to him that you would want to be an SLB heroine someday?
No, I haven't. I've expressed it everywhere but to him. I know that I've had a journey of so many years of auditioning and so many rejections and wanting to doing so many films and not getting them. Shah Rukh sir, be it Salman sir, Hrithik sir, there are just so many names that have been a part of this franchisee. That to be the youngest actor to be a part of this is humbling. I have been in the same room as Alia and I have obviously said hi, hello, and I've been introduced to her.
Yeah.
But I've never had like an at-length conversation with her before Alpha.
Will we see a Pathaan cameo?
In the horror universe, we've not done like any scene work together, but so I really, really hope I get to work with Varun someday.
So how will you do Kabutar Ja
No,
Ja
thank you. I don't want to do. Jaja is good from far away.
Since you mentioned Katrina, because she's a great dancer, we know, did she say anything after watching Taras?
She really loved it.
Hello everyone, welcome to Shosha. I am Titash Chaudhary in conversation with literally the woman of the moment, Sharvari.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
All good. But you are indeed the woman of the moment.
Thank you.
You have had such a fabulous year, Sharvari. How are you taking it all in?
It's good. I mean, honestly, it's an incredible time. I have waited for, I guess, this moment for a really, really long time. Now that it's finally here, I'm just taking each day as it comes.
How lovely. You know, I want to go back, to the very beginning. Let's talk a little bit about your childhood. I'm very curious.
Okay.
Did you, as a child, understand that you do come from a different family as compared to, let's say, the other children in school?
I didn't come from a different family than other children from school. I came from a very normal family like everybody did.
Okay.
I absolutely didn't come from a different family.
So you're like a regular childhood, going out with your friends and all of that?
I went to an SSC school which was called DPY High School. I used to do everything that normal. I mean, like, I've had a very normal upbringing, so yeah.
All right, okay. I was watching one of your recent interviews. You said that you basically spoke about the process of how you became an AD on the sets of Pyar Ka Panchnama.
Yeah.
You said that I just went up to Love Sir and I told him, can I be an AD?
Yeah.
And he was more than happy to, have you on board. Was the process to, become an AD on an SLB film that easy?
Actually, even with Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir's film, which was Bajirao Mastani, I was an intern on that, and I began with actually I was supposed to do a film with the SLB production, and I had auditioned for that, and I had gotten shortlisted, and we were actually doing a couple workshops. Then there was a bit of a pause on that film because they were doing some like they had to basically rework on some script or something. They had some technical issues on that one. So that in that interim, I actually asked there as well if I can assist, because I knew at that time Bajirao Mastani was on floors and Sanjay sir was working on a film. So I requested if I can be an intern, and they obliged. They were very happy to give me that job, and that's how actually I became an intern on that film.
Wow! So you just assisted on one Bhansali film?
Yes.
Right? All right.
Yes.
Great. But have you like met him after the amazing run that you have had at the box office this year? Have you had a chat with him?
No, I've not actually gotten the opportunity to chat with him, but I really hope I do.
Yeah. Have you ever expressed to him that you would want to be an SLB heroine someday?
No, I haven't. I've expressed it everywhere but to him. But I really do hope that one day.
Yeah. I'm sure that day is not very far. But coming to your debut film, which was Bunty Aur Bubbly 2. Tell me, what was your earliest impression or earliest interaction that you had with Rani Mukherjee? Were you nervous?
I was very nervous actually, because Rani ma'am is a person who I have looked up to, even when I used to sit in the theaters and watch films, and I've watched her films and always, come back home and try to enact some scenes or dance to the songs. So she's been such a big inspiration in, me wanting to be an actor as well. So for me, I think that day was very, very big, and it was, I was definitely nervous to meet her. But, she's an incredible person, and I think that in meeting her in that one moment, she just made everything normal and everything okay. And me and Siddhant, we remember thinking that, oh, this meeting was really fun and it was really casual.
Yeah.
And then I ended up meeting her for a couple more readings and prep work. So as more and more you get to meet someone and get to know them, I think it just becomes more friendly, and I think that's exactly what it was.
But initially, did she come across as intimidating?
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all. She's just a lovely, lovely human being, and she never came across as intimidating. She is a huge superstar, so I think that for someone who's always sat in the audience and watched her, I was just a fangirl, and I guess that's why the apprehension of, being nervous and meeting her, but she was just a lovely human being.
Yeah. Coming to this year, where of course there was Munjya, that was sort of it broke records in a way, because it was like nobody honestly expected it to be that big at the box office. You followed it up with Maharaj, and there was Veda, of course. Now see, while what you said makes absolute sense, that you're taking one day at a time. But tell me, is it difficult to deal with success? Because you can get a bounce in your step very easily.
What does bounce in your step mean? Like basically get ahead of yourself in some way?
Flying a little bit, that kind of a thing.
No, honestly, I think that for someone like me, I know that my journey has been, I have been in the limelight much recently, but I know that I've had a journey of so many years of auditioning and so many rejections and wanting to doing so many films and not getting them. So my journey started a long, long time ago. I know that it's come to light recently when all of my work and my films has done very well. But I don't get ahead of myself, because I've had a long journey and it keeps me grounded, and it reminds me of the difficult days that I've had, and which is why I keep my feet on the ground, very, very strongly. So I think that the journey has been a very big reminder, and I've always waited for this day. I've waited for the days that my work is appreciated or my work is even released, in some way or the other. So I think that my journey keeps me grounded.
No, that's beautiful. I think it's also important, right, to have a nice support system around you who also make you, give you the reality check every now and then.
Yeah. No, definitely. I have a very, very solid set of school friends and my family. They are someone I'm completely dependent on when it comes to an honest opinion or an honest feedback about anything. When I go back home, I'm in my own, space wherein everything is more transparent, and that is the most important to me.
Yeah. And how did you react when you heard people saying things like, oh, she's the next big thing, the rising star? Like, these are heavy titles.
Yeah, no, touch wood. Because, like I said, I feel like we always work towards these goals, right? And when you get these titles from people, from audiences who say that purely because of watching your films, because they don't know you personally to be invested in you and to say something. They say this purely because they like your work or they like you. And that's a huge validation for an actor like me, that when audiences say these things, it just makes you feel like, okay, I must be doing something right. So I just take it that way.
Yeah. And, since you sort of started your journey with YRF, where we're sitting right now, I'm sure, you do look up to Mr. Aditya Chopra as a mentor figure. Are you somebody who, keep consulting him every time you get a script, just, to get that kind of an assurance?
No, I think that if I'm ever in a certain doubt or I feel like I need any kind of a guidance, then I always reach out to him. But most decisions you have to make on your own, and he also wants everybody to make their own decisions. So I think that's how everyone goes about. But if I'm ever in need of guidance, I always reach out to him.
Yeah. And what did he say after he watched Maharaj, which is your latest YRF project?
He's created Maharaj. He is the producer
but
on the
his
film.
Feedback on your performance, let's say.
No, there's never really been a feedback. He's very, very, appreciative of everyone's hard work, and he really loved the film. He loved everyone's performance and mine in it. So it was actually really good to know that, when you're working, and it's not just Adi sir, I think he's the producer on this film. Hence, it's always validating when you meet expectations. And I would say that about every film. Like even with Munjya, when Dinu was happy about our film, you feel very good because you're always working as a team. So when you are able to meet those expectations of producers and directors. It's always a good feeling for an actor.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about Alpha.
Yes.
There's so much of intrigue surrounding that film. Now, I know you might not be able to reveal too many things, but tell me, how's it going on?
It's incredible. It's a lot of fun. It's something new. It's something that, it's a project that actually breaks glass ceilings. And I think that that's just an incredible time to be in films as an actor, where you get to be a part of such a project. Alpha is helmed by 2 women and they're doing action. I think it's a one of a kind project, and I'm super excited and I'm very grateful to be a part of the film, especially because the film stands for what it does.
Yeah.
And secondly, the fact that I get to work with Alia, that I think is a big dream come true. So I'm most excited about these 2 things.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you. This was before Munja had released, and you did speak about how much you are in awe of Alia. But we'll come to that later. I just want to ask you, which is a great thing, I think you are the only actor from your generation to be actually as part of the YRF Spy universe. You should really pat yourself on the back for that. How does it feel?
It still feels almost very pinch me, because it's such a big universe. It's such a big IP. It's an IP that has been loved, in India and across India. So to be a part of something that is already so huge, and then to be able to, shoulder a project which earlier has been, shouldered by the biggest superstars, be it Shah Rukh sir, be it Salman sir, Hrithik sir. There are just so many names that have been a part of this franchisee. That to be the youngest actor to be a part of this is humbling, motivating, and little nerve-wracking.
Yes, yeah. But how did you, if I may ask, how did you become a part of Alpha?
So, for me, I remember I had just finished Maharaj, and then there was, of course, I was doing a couple other projects, and I was actually then told to, then I met Adi sir, and Adi sir wanted to, he wanted to audition me, but in the action space. So I did an extensive action audition, if one can call it.
Really?
I learned, so I went to this action class, and I, did like around 2 months of training. I did not know what it was for. I just knew that it was a part of an audition that I had to, train. So I used to train around like 2 to 3 hours every day, Monday to Saturday. And I was just training in action, and I was trying to see what I can do, like basically what kind of gymnastics movements can I do, or boxing, or strength training, basically just an overview of action training. And that's what I did for around 2 months. And I used to record like a audition kind of a tape end of every month and show it to Adi sir or send it to sir, and talk to my trainers, basically try and do something different and try and do something new in that audition tape. And after that, I started actually working on Munja, because I had to start prepping for another film completely.
Okay, yeah.
So this was before actually even I started shooting for Munja.
Okay.
And then I think that conversation died down for a little bit, and later I found out that this audition process was for Alpha.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting, because you don't, even if it's an action-oriented part, I might be wrong, but I've never heard anybody doing an action piece, as part of an audition process, which I think is great.
Honestly, I just went with the flow. I just wanted to crack my audition, and that's just been, that's, as an actor, you always want to do that. Whatever an audition might be, you want to just be able to do your best at it. So I just put my head in that space, and I was just training at that point.
Great. But coming to Alia.
Yes.
Did you tell her how much you're in awe of her?
I think she knows how much.
I
think she knows that I don't have to say it.
Yeah. What was your first interaction with her like for Alpha? Or did you meet her before Alpha ever?
No, I have been in the same room as Alia, and I have obviously said hi, hello, and I've been introduced to her.
Yeah.
But I've never had like an at-length conversation with her before Alpha. My first meeting was actually one of the prep days, where she had just finished her prep, and I went to the studio and I met her at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why I'm asking you is because, see, I'm sure there were moments on set where, sometimes she would be performing and you would be perhaps sitting and watching her. Sharvati, as somebody who looks up to her, what is it about her as an actor that you think really something that you can learn from?
I think everything. I think she's, I can't pinpoint and say one or two things. For me, it's like a masterclass. I'm just sitting on the sidelines and watching her and trying to learn as much as I can.
Yeah. Okay. Now the question of the moment. I have been asked by a lot of people to ask you this.
Yes.
You might not be able to answer,
Okay.
but will we see a Pathaan cameo? Well, we'll just wait and watch then.
Yeah.
Okay. You had said that I think you had auditioned for Sui Dhaga, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's a different story. It didn't happen, but whatever happens, happens for good. Let's just believe that. But interestingly, you actually did get to work with Varun in a way because of the Maddock horror comedy universe. Did he know that you had auditioned for Sui Dhaga?
I don't think so. I'm not sure if he has, unless he's read it somewhere where, in case I've said it in some of the interviews. But no, I've actually not gotten the chance to ever say this to him. Also in the horror universe, we've not done like any scene work together. But so I really, really hope I get to work with Varun someday.
Yeah. There was a picture I remember that you had posted, and that led to a lot of intrigue that, whether it's going to be like a crossover of sorts.
Yeah.
No, hopefully someday in the universe, since it's a universe now.
For sure, for sure.
Sharvari, today, when you're an actor, in today's day and age, there's not just acting that, is there in the picture. There's social media pressures, there's this paparazzi culture. How do you navigate that? Because why I'm asking you, we don't see you getting papped as much as as a lot of people. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Is that a conscious call that you have taken? How do you?
No, not really. Actually, honestly, I've really not given it that much thought whether I get papped enough or not. I just feel like if there are paps, then I will get papped. It's just as simple as that. But other than that, I think for me, I personally think that social media is a way to reach out to a lot of audiences who really look up to your work. And I think it's really sweet because the paps kind of are a mediator to, putting more information about you to them. And in a day and age where, we barely ask about people around, there are people who want to know more about their favorite actors or their favorite celebrities. I think it comes from a really sweet place.
Yeah.
I don't really take the pressure. I think that it's a part and parcel of work and I just go with the flow of it.
And so no social media pressure also to post at least one picture a day?
No, not really. I think I've been I come from a generation where social media was prevalent since I was in school. Like we had Facebook even when we were in school or like even when I was in college.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm very used to social media. I don't think that I don't take too much pressure about it.
Yeah. But speaking of social media, I just want to ask, are you a photographer too?
No, I mean, I'm not a photo. I don't think I.
But do you like it?
I really like photography. Yes.
Yeah, because we saw some of the pictures from your village.
Place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really beautiful pictures.
Thank you. I actually came across this film camera, and I really liked the process of it because it's such a slow process. In the sense that when you click a picture, you can only click one picture because there are only 36 images that you can click, and you don't get to see it. Right? I think what happens is that we end up clicking so many pictures and then we're only looking at it that the moment passes.
Yeah.
And I really liked the thought of clicking that one picture and just believing that, okay, this picture must be good. And sometimes actually some of the pictures have turned out really bad. Like I remember I went to Turkey and in that hot air balloon, I took my camera up and it was freezing cold. And I went and I clicked multiple pictures. And then in the end, my shutter just froze.
Oh no.
And my entire film was actually ruined and I had no pictures at the end of this thing. But that's the fun, right? Like you do something and then you don't know what to expect of it.
Yeah, right. We don't have much time. I want to wrap it up. But apart from all these entertainers that you have done, and listen, I'm a Bunty or Bubbly fan. Okay?
Thank you.
So along with that, I love how you have always maintained this sense of balance wherein you have also done a Veda and a Maharaj. Now see, Veda deals with a very, important social issue, which is that of caste, and Maharaj also,
Yeah.
Is it important, Sharvari, also for you to be a part of these kind of films along with entertainers? Not to say that these are not entertaining.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't really put films in a box and say that, okay, this is entertaining and this is not, because I feel like as an actor, my perspective on scripts might be slightly different than audiences. I look at scripts and I say, okay, did I enjoy reading this or hearing this? And did I really enjoy my character? Or will I want to put myself in that situation and play this character for the next 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, whatever it may be. So if that excites me, then I want to be a part of it. Whether it's a mass entertainer, or whether it's a serious film, or whether it's a, parallel film, I don't see it like that. I feel like also in today's time, movies, cinemas, any sort of content is just stories, and I think audiences are also treating it like that, which is why you watch so many genres on OTT. You have so many different genres happening and working in the theater. So many unexpected films working, like Munja.
Yeah.
So I feel like at the end of the day, I think that it's about what speaks to me and what I want to do in the next 6 months. That's all I treat it like.
Great. Not too calculative, basically.
Yeah, no, I just feel like, where am I going to have fun?
Yeah. Since you mentioned, I'm talking about Maharaj also, I think that's also pretty popular on Instagram, by the way, those reels, your song and your Mama Masi Ka Fark.
Yes, that's just, it's incredible because, even when I was doing it, and I remember even when I heard the story, I loved her character. I thought that Viraj's character was fantastic, and I really enjoyed her dialogues and the way it was written in the first place by our writer Sneha. And so I was very excited to do it, and I was having fun on set. I never ever thought that it'll become such a that these lines would actually become so famous, or because a lot of people have been even commenting and writing, and it's quite incredible that it's happening.
Yeah. Did Aamir Khan see the film? I'm sure he did. Because of Junaid. No, I'm saying that he came for the screening also, I know. Did you meet him after that? What did he say?
Actually. I think Aamir sir met me even before the screening. And I remember him telling me that he told me that you're very good in the film and you're really, really very good. And I had not watched the film till then.
Okay.
So when he complimented me, I felt a little more assured that okay, kuch acha hi kiya hoga.
Right. Okay. Lastly, Sharvari, 5 years from now, let's say, where do you want to see yourself?
5 years from now? 5 years from now, I hope I am one of the best actors in the country, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. I'll just take 2 more minutes of your time because I have a rapid fire segment that I would want to do with you, okay? You'll have to be quick and honest.
Okay.
All right. Okay, the first one. The most bizarre advice that you have been given pertaining to your career.
Most bizarre advice? I've not been given any bizarre advice, actually. No? I've been given good advices.
Good ones. Yeah. Okay. All right. A recent splurge?
Recent splurge. I went on a trip with my friends to Goa, so I am assuming that's a splurge.
That's a splurge. Okay. Your BFF, let's say, in the industry.
My BFF is Abhay.
Oh, that's lovely, lovely. A habit that you have that you would want to let go of?
A habit that I have? Drinking too much coffee.
Okay. That's not a bad thing. I also do it.
That's true. You should also let go of it.
All right. See? Okay. What scares Sharvari the most?
Pigeons.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very scared of pigeons.
How will you do Kabutar Ja Ja?
No, thank you. I don't want to do. Ja Ja is good from far away.
All right. I'm going to show you some pictures that I picked up from your Instagram.
Okay.
And you'll just have to tell us the little story behind them. Okay, this is the prep one. This is round 3. That's what you had written.
That's round 3 because we're actually starting another schedule for Alpha, which is why I put it up as round 3 for Alpha. It's my Monday motivation, and I was just working out.
But does this round 3 include something fun? There's a ball in your hand?
Yeah, it's a medicine ball, but it's a workout ball.
Okay, all right. This one is very sweet.
Oh, that actually is that's a Polaroid which, is from the sets of Kaun Banega Crorepati. And we had gone to promote Bunty or Bubbly 2, and I had asked Amitabh Bachchan sir for, a photo and a signature, like an autograph on it. And I remember that, I had told this to him, and he said that, yeah, we'll do it in the end because we were shooting at that point.
Right.
And I remember that after everything got over, he was on his way out and he turned around and said, wait, you wanted a picture, right? And I thought, oh my God, my world stopped. I said, yes, sir. And, he did an autograph for me on that photo.
How sweet. You're one of the lucky ones, actually. Okay, the last one. This is all girl power.
Yes, this is a photo of me, Katrina and Angira. And we're on a vacation.
Right. Since you mentioned Katrina, because she's a great dancer, we know. Did she say anything after watching Taras?
She really loved it.
Yeah?
She really loved it. Yeah, she really loved the song. She really loved my performance in it.
Great, great. On that note, thank you so much, Sharvari. I'm looking forward to Alpha, of course,
Thank you.
everything that you do next.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sharvari and you are watching me on News 18.